Will Trump's tariffs affect the stock market and your investments? If you're new to investing, you might be wondering, what are tariffs? And why should I care? Well, tariffs are extra taxes on imports, and they can shake up the stock market in a big way. Let's break it down. We're going to look at exactly what these tariffs are, how they could affect the stock market, and most importantly, what it means for your investments. Stick around to the end of the video, where I'll share some tips on how to navigate this potential market shift, especially if you're just starting out. Alright, so let's talk about these tariffs. Essentially, we're talking about the possibility of the US government placing new or higher taxes on goods coming from other countries. Think China, Mexico, even the European Union. Now, why would they do that? Well, the idea is to make American-made products more attractive because those imports become more expensive. Sounds simple enough, right? But here's the thing. It can have a ripple effect. We're talking about industries like tech, where a lot of components are sourced internationally. The car industry, which relies on a global supply chain. Even the food on your plate can be affected by this. Now, let's talk about how this whole tariff thing can impact the stock market, because that's where a lot of you are probably wondering what's going on. The stock market, my friends, hates uncertainty. It thrives on predictability. So when these tariffs get announced, you often see stock prices take a dip, at least in the short term. Why? Because companies that do a lot of business overseas, importing or exporting, their costs might go up, profits might go down, and that makes investors nervous. But hold on, it's not all doom and gloom. Some industries might actually benefit from this situation, and we'll get to that in a second. Now let's bring it home. How could these tariffs actually hit your investment portfolio? Well, imagine you've got some stock in a tech company that relies heavily on parts from overseas. Those tariffs kick in, their costs go up, profits might take a hit, and boom, you might see the value of your shares go down. Same goes for mutual funds or ETFs. If they're heavy on industries affected by these tariffs, expect some volatility. But remember how I said some industries might benefit? Think domestic industries, steel, energy, manufacturing. They could actually get a boost from this because foreign competition just got more expensive. So, a diversified portfolio is key here, folks. Okay, time for a quick rundown of potential winners and losers in this whole tariff game. On the winning side, you might see US companies that compete directly with foreign goods doing pretty well. Think American steel manufacturers or car companies. Tariffs make their foreign rivals more expensive, giving them a competitive edge. But on the flip side, businesses that rely heavily on imported materials, like clothing brands or electronics manufacturers, they might struggle with those increased costs. And let's not forget farmers and exporters who could get caught in the crossfire if other countries decide to retaliate with their own tariffs. Now, I know what you're thinking, especially those of you just starting out. This sounds scary. What do I do? First things first, don't panic. The market is a fickle beast. It reacts quickly to news, but if you're in it for the long haul, patience is your best friend. Second, diversify, diversify, diversify. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread your investments across different industries to weather the storm. And finally, keep your eyes peeled for bargains. If a solid company's stock takes a dip because of these tariff fears, it might be a buying opportunity for savvy investors. So, what do you think about Trump's tariffs? Will they shake up the stock market, or is it just political noise? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our latest market insights. See you in the next one.